Probably should have looked around me first. Oh, hello. Whoops. Good, he's not moving. What's going on, guys? Motonosity here. Welcome back to another video on the R6. I know, it's crazy. In my last video, the one that I did with Hunter when we raced the MT-09 versus the R6, I had a brand new battery in here, no lights, no controllers for the RGB DRLs. So the thing is running perfectly. There's no drain. I still got to install the new kit, but I still don't have the lights in right now. So yeah, it's nice to be able to go out and start my bike every single day. We got some exciting times going on right now. I got some big things going on bike-wise, and I'm going to be having a little bit of announcement at the end of this video, telling you guys about some some major things. Stick around to the end of the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for future stuff coming out. And go ahead and get that like button, a good old soft caress, because I don't like violence on the channel. But because of the announcements and the stuff I'm going to be talking about.
What's going on, guys? Future Motonosity here. Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I talked about them like a month ago. You guys signed up, right? You signed up? If you didn't, use the link down in the description. Sign up through my link. Right now, they're having a massive arena tournament that you guys can compete in globally and win in-game prizes along with physical prizes delivered right to your house. Now, for those of you that somehow missed it, Raid is a brand new free-to-play mobile RPG with the most amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, hundreds of champions to collect and customize. It's really cool. I seriously have been having a ton of fun with this, and right now is honestly the absolute best time to join with the special tournament that they got going on. Right now, do me a favor, guys, go down in the description, download the game through my link. You'll get 50,000 silver immediately, along with a free epic champion in the new player program, and you'll automatically get right into the special tournament that they got going on. So check it out. Be sure to join my clan in the game as well. Nosity Clan is where you'll find me. I hope you guys have fun. Good luck. You guys are awesome, and thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video. Now back to the ride.
I wanted to kind of go over 600s versus later bikes, and I've touched on this topic a few different ways, but because I have the R6 right now, I really wanted to talk about why you should get a 600 over a liter bike. Well, one is the sound. And of course, sound is all preference. My R1 was, oh my god, godly. But I miss the 600 sound. The 600 sound is special. There's nothing like the liter bike sound, especially with the R1, the cross-plane engine crossed with, man, there's so many good sounding exhausts for the R1. But if you didn't know, I used to have a 2009 R6. It was the second motorcycle that I ever bought. The first bike I had was a 2005 SV650S. And I had my 2009 R6 for 4 months. And then it was stolen from me. So I didn't really get to have it that long, but I love the sound. Granted, I had this like GP straight pipe exhaust on the thing, so it was stupid loud. Yeah, I was kind of missing the sound. It's just, it's sweet. It's got a nice, a high pitch that's not like obnoxious high pitch. I'm going to get a haircut. I haven't gotten a haircut since we got back to Austin. I desperately need one. I'm trying out a new barbershop. I never went here back when I lived in Austin. Floyd's barbershop. We'll see. We'll try it out. See how we like it. But no, the 600 sound is unique. And there's so many different exhausts for 600s because it's the most popular, sorry about that blinker, the most popular sport bike out there. And oftentimes it's people's first foray into super sports. And you finally get to have something that sounds like one of the professional racers. You ever get an itch in your ear with your helmet on and you want to scratch it but you can't because there's, you know, a helmet on your head? Let's go park next to the little Grom feller over here. Howdy ho, neighbor. Alrighty, we'll get a haircut. Catch up with you guys after. That felt good. Oh, back to business. I'm sure a lot of people will challenge point number one, and that's fair. I might as well. But let's get to some of the real stuff. 600 versus 1000s. The biggest one to me is the size, and this is a little bit less of an issue now. It's a little bit less of an issue now because so many of the 1000s are stupid light. Typically the 1000s were around the 450 pound mark. A lot of them are touching down 400, 420, that area, which is crazy because I think stock, my R6 is 419. To think that some of the leader bikes that are out now are the same weight as my R6 is just crazy to me. And that weight is it's a big deal. And I know I've mentioned this about my R1 and how it's easier on the highway because it has a little bit more heft on it, so you don't get blown around as much. But the weight makes riding a 600 a lot more manageable and a lot more comfortable. It was a lot of work when I wanted to go out and ride my R1, and it'll wear you out, especially on the track. You know, when I took the R1 to the track, I would get tired. You know, it's crazy to think how MotoGP guys can go and ride those things for, you know, 45 minutes an hour at maximum levels. And here I was during a 20-minute session of a track day, just getting stupid exhausted. But just going out to ride on the streets on a normal day, you know, a crap ton of fun. It seriously is. It's a crap ton of fun. But I had to prepare for that. As the 600, I mean, it's so light. Even just with the size of it, you know, even with the leader bikes being close to the weight of a 600 now, at least some of them are close to the weight. It's just a lot easier to ride this bike casually because it's not a whole lot of work to ride it, and that makes it a lot easier of a bike to ride for a lot more people. And you can kind of break those up into two different points. It's lighter and just less work to ride, and the second point being it's a lot more attainable for more people to be able to ride it. Point number 4, cost. And there's two different parts of this. One, the cost of the bike itself, it's going to be cheaper, but insurance is cheaper. You know, my experience is, yes, it's cheaper, but it's not drastically cheaper. But I've talked with enough people who have told me how much their insurance is on a 600 versus what it would have been for them to get a 1000, and it's crazy. But really it depends on where you live, it depends on what your riding history is and what bike you're getting, because when I got my R1, the insurance was actually cheaper than it was on my 600. And I think maybe that wrecked me. I think the reason for that is the 600 is a lot more attainable and a lot more likely that someone is going to be starting on a 600 over a 1000 with no experience. And so you get a lot more beginners with no experience on a 600 and therefore more claims. That's just my guess on why a 1000 could be cheaper for insurance than a 600. Next reason on the list kind of ties in a little bit to the other ones, but the 600 is well, let me back up a little bit. The only track days that I've done have been on my R1 at Circuit of the Americas. And Circuit of the Americas is a very large track. It's long, it's got a lot of straights, and it's fast. It's not just a MotoGP track, it's an F1 track, and it's not just a local track for people to ride. It's, you know, $1 billion setup for professional racing. On my R1, that works out great, or that worked out great back when I had it, because the 1000 on that track actually makes a lot more sense. You're not going through as many twisties and whatnot as you are on some of the local tracks in Texas. But the 600 is honestly a better bike for the average person to take to the track. Other than Circuit of the Americas or a track of similar size, a 600 is a lot better for me and for the average person to get the most out of it. When you're riding 1,000 and you're throwing around that weight, you can't put as much focus on technique and all of that because you're having to, you know, kind of manhandle the bike. I really feel that if I had a 600 when I started doing track days, that I would have branched out and done some of the other tracks in Texas because I would have felt more comfortable doing them. You know, doing Circuit of the Americas, you just get freaking spoiled. And this isn't necessarily on the top of the 600 versus 1,000, but that track is so nice and you have so much runoff room. So if you did get into a pinch, you're not going to be running straight into gravel or grass if you run off the track. If you're going to crash anywhere, Circuit of the Americas is the place to do it. Should I race that plane up there? Do you think he sees me? I don't think he sees me. Can I catch up to him? Oh, I could totally catch up to him, except I have a stop sign, so that's inconvenient. Now, the next reason I'm going to talk about, I don't necessarily agree with, but I want to bring it up anyways. And that is that 1,000 is too much for the street, so there's no reason to get one. I don't agree with this reason to get a 600, but let's go over it a little bit. So obviously you don't need the power of a 1,000 on the street, but you and I both ride motorcycles. There's a lot of things we do that just make no sense. That doesn't mean we can't do them. We do things in life that are fun, that make us happy, that we enjoy, and there doesn't have to be a functional purpose behind it for us to do it. You know, your cheapo Toyota Corolla that you're driving around can do $120. You don't need to do $120 on the road, so I guess you don't need to buy that car. You might as well just buy a little tiny smart car that can, you know, barely hit 80. That's just a guess. I have no idea what they can. Just because it can do more than what you need for basic function on the street doesn't mean that you can't get it. There's a lot of reasons to get a 1,000, and I've talked about them in other videos, including like the first video I ever made on this channel. Of course, I had a different channel before this, and then I moved over, but I'm pretty sure it was the first one on this channel, why I got an R1. And I made another video here or there about the R1, but there's a lot of reasons to ride 1,000 on the street. I think there are so many other reasons to get a 600 over a 1,000 that one just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I told you guys that I had a little bit of an announcement at the end of this video that was kind of related to the topic. And you guys know that I'll be selling my R6. I'm ready to get back on a 1,000. Well, the announcement is that the sale on the bike is pending. I have someone who is ready to buy, and we're just working things out. I'm sad, but I'm happy. It's been over 2 years since I got this bike, and it's filled the void that I had. It's filled the reasons that I bought it. You know, I was wanting to get a 600 again since, you know, my R6 was stolen way back when, and I was kind of missing that and feeling a little bit worn out from the R1, and I wanted to try something different, and I was really excited for the new R6, and I wanted to get it. So yeah, so pending sale on the R6. The other thing that I've got a little bit of an announcement for is that I'm like 99% sure I'll be getting the new S1000. Honestly, the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is if I want the base model or the M version, the M package. For the most part, the M package gets you the carbon fiber wheels. I think it's some suspension customization options, or maybe like I think there's like an extra race mode or pro mode. There's lithium ion battery, and then there's some other things along with the fancy color scheme, which is awesome. I love the M coloring, always have. I don't know, I really like the red, and you essentially get the same bike. Like, you can make the minor upgrades to the base model and have essentially the M version without spending the money up front for it. Because I'm probably going to do some of those mods myself, I don't really know if there's a reason for me to get the M, except for the novelty of it. You know, you're getting something special. It's the first one of the like M generation. They haven't had the M S1000 before, so it would be kind of cool to have. I'm sure they're numbered and all that. I don't know how special, but I don't really necessarily think that's a reason for me to get it, because that doesn't mean a whole lot to me, and I like to make it my own. You know, I probably wouldn't be keeping that color scheme forever. I'd be changing it, so that's kind of a waste on me. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if there's any other reasons that you have for getting a 600 or over a 1000, and let me know which one you prefer. If you've ridden both and you like one or the other, or maybe you bought one and there's reasons that you made that decision, let me know. Leave them down in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you're not subbed already. You can get all my merch at motonosity.com/shop. You guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived. And I will see you guys in the next one.